Here are some more major events in the history of France. 843. The Treaty of Verdun divides the Carolingian Empire into 3 parts, one of which becomes the Kingdom of France. 1066. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, invades and conquers England, leading to the Norman Conquest. 1204. King Philip II of France conquers Normandy, Maine, Anjou, and Touraine from England, ending English control of much of France. 1337–1453. The Hundred Years' War is fought between England and France over control of French territory, resulting in French victory and the establishment of the Valois dynasty. 1429. Joan of Arc leads French forces to victory against the English at the Siege of Orléans, becoming a national hero. 1515–1547. Francis I reigns and promotes the arts and humanities in France during the Renaissance. 1682. King Louis XIV moves the royal court to the Palace of Versailles, establishing it as the center of political and cultural life in France. 1789. The French Revolution begins with the storming of the Bastille, leading to the overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of the First French Republic. 1799. Napoleon Bonaparte seizes power in a coup and becomes the first consul of France. 1804. Napoleon declares himself Emperor of France and begins a period of expansion and military conquest. 1815. The Congress of Vienna establishes a new balance of power in Europe after the defeat of Napoleon. 1830. The July Revolution leads to the overthrow of King Charles X and the establishment of the July monarchy. 1848. The February Revolution leads to the establishment of the Second French Republic. 1852. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, nephew of Napoleon Bonaparte, declares himself Emperor Napoleon III and establishes the Second French Empire. 1870–1871. The Franco-Prussian War is fought between France and Prussia, resulting in French defeat and the establishment of the German Empire. 1905. The law on the separation of the churches and the state is passed, officially ending the close ties between the Catholic Church and the French government. 1914–1918. France fights in World War I on the side of the Allies, suffering heavy losses and devastation. 1919. The Treaty of Versailles is signed, officially ending World War I and imposing harsh reparations on Germany. 1926. French inventor, engineer, and industrialist André Citroën introduces the Citroën automobile, which becomes a popular symbol of modernity and progress in France and around the world. 1936. The Popular Front government, led by Léon Blum, introduces a series of progressive reforms, including the establishment of the 40-hour workweek and paid vacations. 1944. France is liberated from German occupation by Allied forces during World War II, with General Charles de Gaulle leading the Free French forces and becoming a symbol of French resistance and patriotism. 1946. France establishes the Fourth Republic, which is marked by political instability and economic difficulties. 1954–1962. The Algerian War of Independence is fought between France and the National Liberation Front, FLN, in Algeria, resulting in Algerian independence and the end of French colonialism in North Africa. 1957. France is a founding member of the European Economic Community, EEC, which later becomes the European Union, EU. 1968. The May 1968 protests take place, with students and workers protesting against the government and calling for social and political reforms. The protests lead to a general strike and widespread unrest, but ultimately fail to bring about significant change in France. 1974. Valéry Giscard d'Estaing is elected President of France, ushering in a new era of conservative politics and economic liberalization. 1981. François Mitterrand is elected President of France, marking the beginning of a period of Socialist Party dominance in French politics. 1995. Jacques Chirac is elected President of France, succeeding François Mitterrand and serving for 2 terms until 2007. 1998. France hosts and wins the FIFA World Cup, which is celebrated as a national victory and unifying event. 2002. Jean-Marie Le Pen, leader of the far-right National Front Party, makes it to the second round of the French presidential elections, sparking national and international outrage and leading to widespread protests and political mobilization. 2005. France experiences widespread riots and unrest in predominantly immigrant and low-income neighborhoods, highlighting issues of social and economic inequality and discrimination. 2012. François Hollande is elected President of France, promising to address economic challenges and reduce unemployment, but ultimately facing criticism and low approval ratings. 2015. France experiences a series of terrorist attacks, including the Charlie Hebdo shooting and the November 2015 Paris attacks, leading to increased security measures and anti-terrorism efforts. 2017. Emmanuel Macron is elected President of France, running on a centrist platform and promising to reform the French economy and political system.